The answer made both he and Jacob blush, but only Jacob's blushes showed since he wasn't wearing foundation to hide them. Modesty shorts, it was explained, are a small pair of shorts to wear with short skirts or dresses which conceal one's panties when one bends over or the wind catches and lifts their skirt. To Mark they seemed like a sensible idea until the garment was described in more detail, having elasticated legs trimmed with frilly lace, then row upon row of even more frilly lace covering the bottom half of the shorts on both back and front. They sounded horrendous. After dinner, they pulled crackers and groaned at the jokes. Some contained paper crowns and some contained plastic tiaras which the boys had to wear. Little Alfie wasn't at all fazed, but teenagers Jacob and Mark felt ridiculous having to wear a little plastic tiara. Next came the gifts which Charlotte and Mark had brought. Jacob was delighted with the inexpensive moon lamp that Mark had given him. It was the only gift he'd been given that wasn't something prissy. There were also gifts from the Robsons, and Jacob discreetly apologized to Mark as he unwrapped his gift. "Oh, thanks, Jacob," Mark said, feigning gratitude. "What is it?" Mark's mother asked. "Oh, lovely, you haven't got any nail varnish, have you?" she smiled. Mark perused the gift, a long plastic box containing 5 small jars of nail varnish in pale pink, candy pink, bright red, pinky red and reddy brown. The packaging claimed it was hard-wearing and quick-drying, and Mark's mother offered to paint their nails after pudding. Both vaguely responded, yet neither committed. They were given a choice of traditional Christmas pudding with brandy sauce, sticky toffee pudding with ice cream, and pear and ginger trifle. "Now it's Christmas, remember, so you're allowed more than one pudding," Harry said as he prepared to serve, and after they'd all eaten far too much, Charlotte suggested that Mark help Jacob and his father tackle the mammoth pile of washing up. Claire fiddled with her laptop, downloading and installing software. Alfie played quietly with his dolls whilst Charlotte and Lydia sat chatting and enjoying a glass of warm mulled wine. "Remember when we were young and Mum used to do everything?" Lydia said. "It's so much easier now the boys are house-trained." "Yes." Charlotte smiled, recalling Christmas when she was young. "My mum used to bung everything in the dishwasher," she said. "Don't you have one?" "Yes, it's called Harry." Lydia laughed, before saying such labor-saving devices are perfect for single women, but when you've got a house husband you need to keep them busy, otherwise they'll get sloppy. "You've certainly got yourself a good one there," Charlotte said. "Yes, I have." Lydia smiled. "And if you don't find anyone, you've always got Mark," she added before trotting out the old saying, "A son is a son till he finds a wife." "Yes, true," Charlotte replied. "But seeing him looking so pretty in his dress and makeup, I expect he'll be snapped up quite quickly." "He does look nice," Lydia said. "As does Jacob. I love his dress, especially with those frilly knee socks." Charlotte smiled. "They are very cute," Lydia said. "Jacob's not keen on them though." "Well, you know what boys are like." Charlotte smiled. "Yes. They want plain everything." "Mark's the same," Charlotte concurred. She glanced at Alfie playing on the floor. His frock has managed to work its way up to his waist, revealing the pair of extremely frilly panties he's wearing over his tights. "Are those the modesty shorts that Jacob made?" she quizzed. "Yes," Lydia replied. "They're lovely, aren't they?" "Divine," Charlotte replied. "I used to dress my dolls in knickers like those when I was little." Lydia smiled, quietly adding, "Just be careful what you say, boys don't like hearing the K word." Overhearing this, Claire loudly stated, "Alfie, you're flashing your knickers." "They are not knickers," little Alfie moaned, shuffling his dress down beyond them and mumbling, "Boys don't wear knickers." "Yes, they do," Claire stated. "Knickers is short for knickerbockers, which are boys' clothes." "What's that?" Jacob asked, returning from the kitchen. Mark followed. Claire reiterated her point about Alfie's knickers being a boy's garment. "They're not knickers, they're modesty shorts." Jacob insisted.